Yeah, that's a big one. That one's gonna suck. Sewage disruption is gonna suck. So let's try not to go there. Let's not have that happen. It's taking me a long time to get this stuff put together because I cannot focus. I can't get this together. But I wanted to tell you guys about information I've gotten from the other side, from my guides, about the pandemic. First thing, I was writing notes the other day what questions to ask on camera about the pandemic, and one of the questions I started to write out was, what service disruptions can we expect? And before I could get the question formulated in my head, I heard them say sewage, and that struck me, that surprised me, so that is definitely from the other side. When you're surprised and when it goes against your own belief system or your own beliefs, that's a good signal that it's from the other side. So sewage, at first I was thinking about it and thinking, okay, well, this must be a local thing. This might be in my neighborhood or in Los Angeles. But then I started thinking, if there is a toilet paper shortage, then people may be flushing all sorts of weird stuff down the toilets and jamming up the sewers. So that seems like a legitimate problem, a legitimate concern for us, something to think about. I wanted to get that out of the way because that's something that came up before this. I also, this was a couple weeks ago, I think this was the 11th or 12th, I was asking my guides, I was getting scared, and I asked my guides, what's this about? And somebody said, separating the wheat from the chaff. And that is not the kind of language I would use, not the kind of imagery I would use, and really scary to me. So I do believe that is a legitimate response from somebody over there. Didn't make me feel a whole lot better. Am I the wheat or the chaff? I don't know. These days I'm feeling like the chaff. I'm not productive, I'm not doing things, I'm not helping. So I'm feeling a little bit like that chaff. So you guys be wheat, be wheat. I don't know what that means. For the past few months, I've done some readings for people, and it always seems to come up that right now is a time of survival. And it's a time to not beat yourself up for not living to your potential, to not feel bad about not doing what you feel like you should be doing or the stage you should be at this part of life. It's really about just taking care of yourself and taking care of others and doing what you can to survive. And this was all before any of this stuff came out. This was months ago. And I thought it was all about the stress of the times. It's a stressful time to be alive. And this was months ago before this hit our neighborhoods, our towns. Yeah, I've been getting that. And then also whenever we would go to the 99-cent store, my guides would be kind of nudging me. I didn't know where this was coming from, but it would always be like, oh, you should get face masks, get hand sanitizer, get rubbing alcohol, all these things. Never toilet paper though. They never tried to get me to get toilet paper. Okay, so I want to answer something else here. Why don't psychics know all this stuff? Why didn't we have a heads up? Why didn't my guides tell me to get toilet paper? Why haven't I won the lotto? Because we aren't supposed to cheat. And the other side is supposed to give us our experience here in this life without any cheat codes. We aren't supposed to automatically be able to have it easy. Okay, questions from the other side. I'm going to try to ask these right now and see what I get. How long will the virus last? I'm hearing 2 weeks, and seeing the images of Total Recall, the scene where the person glitches out and goes 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I don't know what that means. It can't possibly be how long we're gonna be in lockdown or we need to take care of ourselves. That might be how long being sick lasts. Having speech problems even. We're living in trying times. Next question. What is the impact of this? The answers I'm getting are like, yeah, that's too broad of a question. We don't understand. It's a pandemic. So I'm not getting a clear answer on that one. What is the reason for this? Slow down. To slow down. I feel like I'm hearing talking outside. What's next? Again, too broad of a question. What additional precautions should people be taking to stay healthy and help the big picture? Stay at home, meditate, pray. Pray for what? Pray for peace, harmony, light. These questions aren't working for me. How far in advance did you guys know that this would happen? Getting that stupid 2 weeks thing. So I don't know if somebody is around who is a Total Recall fan or what. That's not helpful. Okay, my impressions whenever I was doing those readings for the people over the past few months, the impressions I would get while giving those readings would be that they would go through this period where things are tough and they're just in survival mode. And then as that would wind up, things would move very quickly. And I think it's kind of like trying to get your feet under you when things start back up. And I don't know what's next. I don't know how that works. I'm hearing people outside. Everybody's walking. Everybody's out walking. It's like everybody stays inside all the time, messing with their phones, and then as soon as this hits and you're supposed to stay inside, everybody's outside. Or as my brother calls it, the OS. Okay, one of the things I want to stress about right now is this is a new normal for us. This is what life is like. It's going to be like this for the next week or the next 2 weeks or next month or longer than that. And then it's going to change and it's going to turn into something else. And we're going to adjust and it's going to probably be stressful. And then that's going to be a new normal. And then it's going to change. We're going to adjust and another new normal. And it's going to be like that for a long time. And with this normal, the new normal, we need to be productive. And that doesn't mean we need to work or we need to check things off our to-do list or whatever. That might be what it is, but it could be you need to do something useful. Do something you've wanted to do. Do something effective with your time. And if that's learning how to play an instrument or exercising or whatever, that might be it. But try to use this time effectively. Do something to progress. Do something that's good for you. Do something that's good for others. Okay, more questions. What do the angels have to say about this? I think this is what they've been planning for. They've known that this was coming up for a long time. This is supposed to happen. Asking the same thing about the fairies or from the fairies. What do the fairies think about this? I feel like I'm not getting words, but it's like they feel bad for us, but they also feel good about the environment. They feel good that things are being able to settle and be repaired just a little bit. What can we do to help the situation? Stay at home, create, pray. Getting pray. Prayer is big with this. I think we can affect change through prayer. We can change the vibration of things. What's the difference between prayer and meditation? I think Prayer is talking to, so that is exporting. And meditation is listening, bringing in, importing. What's the best thing we can do to help others? I'm seeing that we need to still remain separate, but lend support. So I think it's communicating and letting people know on an emotional level, on a mental level, that we're all here together and we're here for the other people, even though we can't actually be there. So it's kind of like holding the energy for someone else. Is there anything helpful for us to feel better? I'm seeing eating better, eating right, eating sparingly, movement, exercise, like jumping jacks keeps popping into my head. Is there anything helpful for us to know for our health? Any big secrets? Anything that is supposed to, it's either lime or lima beans or lemons. Is this something to eat? Is there anything to drink? Hydration? That's my big thing. So that could be me interfering with the answer. Lima beans, that's not me interfering. Not a big fan of lima beans or lime. It's like scurvy. Is this like scurvy? No, but we need citrus. So is it citrus or is it lima beans? Both. What's in lima beans that's helpful? I feel like I'm hearing calcium. Calcium, something that sounds like calcium. Calcium phosphate. I'll have to look it up before I put it on here. Oh, here's a morbid one. While I was typing this question, it was like, what businesses will grow? And somebody said caskets. Morbid, not cool. I don't want to hear it. Not cool. What can we use to treat this virus? I'm getting sleep, treat it like a cold. Is there a medicine or I'm being hit with you're not a doctor and you're gonna get in trouble for answering something like this? Yeah, I am unable to understand what they're saying. What disruptions in services can we expect? That was one that I got sewage and I was surprised. Yeah, makes sense though. So don't flush things down the toilet that don't belong down the toilet. Paper towels don't belong down the toilet, even if they can look similar to toilet paper. Yeah, that's a big one. That one's gonna suck. Sewage disruption is gonna suck. So let's try not to go there. Let's not have that happen. All right, I think that's it. I think that's all I've got. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Please like, please leave comments. You can leave questions and I'll ask those in the next one. I'm also planning on doing like basic Q&A about myself and teaching, interviews, more investigations. I've got a whole nother season to edit along with this season to finish editing. And I think that's it. Be safe. Thanks for watching.